Uh, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3. Now, this one is a hard one to take. It's a hard one. And I know, I know. I'm waiting for it because I'm gonna hear a lot of you talking about, yeah, but Pax, we told you that Maresca was so good. We shouldn't have sold Maresca. Sorry, we shouldn't have said Maresca because if we had Maresca, we wouldn't have lost this game. Nah, nah, we still would have lost the game. And I tell you what. But before, let me say this. Of course, I didn't really care that Maresca got sacked. I didn't. And I could give you a million reasons why I can support the point of him getting sacked. In the same conversation, I can also say maybe it was a little bit injustice because he had done, yeah, I would say so much for Chelsea in the course of like what, a season and a bit. But I didn't really care either way. But this guy, like I told you, I'm backing him because I can see a good coach in Liam Rosinho. But let's get this straight. This match was always going to be difficult. Always. Whether we had Maresca, whether we didn't have any injuries, this game was always going to be difficult. Listen, I don't like Arsenal, but one thing we can all agree is that this season, they've been good in terms of winning matches. They've not been playing well, obviously they suck in terms of like the way they play, but they've been winning games, right? And which is the most important thing. So this game was always going to be difficult. And we are still in a transitional process of getting a new coach and implementing systems and everything. And on top of that, we're talking about what, 3, 4 major injury blows, and suspension, of course. We didn't play with Cole Palmer today. We didn't play with Reece James today. We didn't play with Caicedo today. So just on paper, Arsenal were meant to win the game. If you put all the facts, Arsenal was meant to win the game. But with that being said, I have to say, I am very proud of my team. Yeah, of course, we can talk about Robert Sanchez. Yeah, wasn't happy with obviously him giving the goals away so cheaply. But I'm still proud because we went 1-0 down in 7 minutes. We never gave up. We went 2-0. We never gave up. Then we came back in 2-1. You think, we are chasing the game now. The game is in our hand in the sense of like the momentum of the game. And then we concede another goal to make it 3-1. And you're thinking, oh yeah, this is it. But we never gave up. We scored another goal. We went 3-2. And if I'm being honest with you, you give that match maybe another 10, 15 more minutes, we score another one, or at least close to another one. So I'm not saying I'm happy with the result because obviously I wanted us to win. I always want us to win. Even when I don't think that we have a chance to win, I still want us to win. Because that's the whole point of supporting a football club. Sometimes you kind of have to be deluded a little bit. But anyway, like I just said, this game was never going to be easy. It was never going to be easy. It's never easy to play Arsenal. It's one of the teams that are competing for the title. They're one of the teams that are on top of the Champions League groups and everything. So it was never going to be easy. And the fact that this is Liam's second game, and the first game was against Charlton in the FA Cup, you have to respect what he's cooking right now. You have to respect it. You have to respect it. So if you want to come and attack me in the comment section talking about, we told you Maresca was this and that. Oh, yeah, keep crying. I am telling you, with Liam Rosinho, we will get somewhere. I don't know where, but we are going to get somewhere. Trust me on this one. I like the way we play today. Now, I know I'm backing Liam Rosinho. I'm backing the way we're playing. I'm backing the decision made by the board. Not that I'm supporting the board, because obviously I don't support the board. There's a lot of things they are doing wrong. They're not backing us, not giving us a good goalkeeper, not giving us a center back, not giving us a striker, selling our good players. And I get that. I would want the board to do better. But let's just talk about the game, because I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I can only talk about what I see, especially on the pitch. All these speculations, and I don't want to get into that because those are not facts. at least to me. Let's talk about the game. Now, these are going to be a little bit of my negatives today. We kept playing from the back. And listen, one of the reasons I was mostly happy about this season, even though sometimes we were losing games, is the fact that Sanchez hasn't been giving me this PTSD of him trying to play from the back and also giving, goals away. What I saw today was traumatizing because it reminded me of the Robert Sanchez that I never wanted to see in my club again. Listen, I'm going to give him a leeway. Why? Because he's been one of our best players this season. And also, he's trying to get into the new system of playing from the back and all the short passes with the, between him and our double pivot central, defensive midfielders, and him being the fourth player in build up. So, listen, I will give him a little bit of leeway, but obviously, I'm mad for that. The fact that he goes on, or he went on to make about 2 crucial saves, I kind of have to give him a leeway for that. But you take those 2 mistakes he made, the game could have been, different. So, yeah, I don't like... See, for me, football is very simple. I like simple football. And one of the reasons why I didn't want Maresca to continue with us at Chelsea Football Club is the fact that he kept, why, let me say this. You don't have to complicate football. Football is so easy. So easy. All these systems and patterns of play and this formation changes and players inverting, overlapping, I don't like it. So that's one of the things that I'm not happy with Liam Rosinho. We tend to do the Maresca thing a lot where we overlap certain players, especially our defenders. I saw Achimpong at one point was playing like a right wing back and Esteval kind of dropped deep. And for me, that's complicating football. I saw Cucurella playing as a left wing. Listen, I don't mind them crashing the box if we are in position. But sometimes, even out of position, you would see Cucurella staying upwards. You're thinking, is he playing as a left wing, tagged in, second number 10? I want him to play as a left back. I want, what's his name? Achimpong to play as a center back. I want Achimpong to play even as a right back. But don't make him an attacking defender. There's no such thing as an attacking defender. I know it happens. The players like Timber, Reece James, they tend to overlap a lot and crosses the ball into the box. But there is no such thing as an attacking defender. Yeah, you can say maybe it's you can say right wing back or like a left wing back. They can overlap, but there is no such thing as a right attacking defender. I don't like that idea. If you have right wingers and left wingers, left-footed, right-footed, play them in their respectful positions. I don't like this complicating. But listen, I'm going to just have to accept the fact that that's where football is going. You see Pep Guardiola doing all these weird things. You see Mikel Arteta. You see Maresca. Now you see Liam Rosinho. We just have to accept it. But let me just be honest with you. I do not like it. I do not like it at all. And that's one of the things that I think we then tend to make a lot of mistakes because we are trying to play from the back with the goalkeeper, trying to use our goalkeeper as like a fourth defender, as like a back 4, back 3, whatever it is. I get that the idea is to obviously overlap your forward lines so you can have more bodies ahead. I get that. But I just feel like, by doing that, you complicate things, Anyway, let me go back to the topic. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to be real with you. Like this game, of course, like I said, as much as I wanted to win, it was always going to be a difficult game. And I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of them. If we can keep fighting like this, we will win those matches against Brentford, Leeds, Sunderland, Bournemouth. Those games that we used to lose points with Maresca, those games that he didn't know how to coach, we will go forward. But listen, I'm just going to say this for the record. I am backing Liam Rosinho. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you guys are still emotionally attached to Maresca. There are a million reasons why, I can say Maresca, his sacking was imminent and his sacking was inevitable. And also, let me just gonna say, I need my players back. I need my players back. Now, there is still obviously hope into the second leg. The only thing is we're playing away. And Arsenal have been good at playing at home as well. But the fact that we might have Caicedo back in that game, Reece James, hopefully Cole Palmer as well, it gives me hope that, there's still somewhere to go, somewhere to go. But the performance today, I'm not just being biased in the sense that I'm backing Liam Rosing, so I'm just gonna be happy with it. I'm still somewhat, you know, negative in terms of my opinions based on what I saw today. There are obviously things that I didn't like, and the fact that I'm backing Liam Rosenior doesn't stop me from saying things that I'm seeing on the pitch. So if we are playing like shit, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it, but it's not gonna change the fact that I think he's a good coach. Now I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but I do think that, the spirit within the team has shifted. You can see players playing for their coach. You can see players actually playing for the badge. You can see players fighting for their lives. You can see players actually wants to win game of football. Well, when we were with Maresca the past 10, whatever, 15 games, you could, I don't know, it was debatable. It was debatable whether the players really wanted to play for Maresca or they were just not good enough. Of course, we made mistakes today, which is part of football. We're always gonna go and make mistakes going forward, and that's just what it is, But it's what you do after. So even after we made those mistakes, Sanchez went on to make some really crucial saves, and we went on to fight for the game as well. And because there's a second leg, this gives us that kind of a bridge, a leeway to then maybe go on and fix on some things. By the way, why did Sanchez come on the lineup? Because I thought Jurgensen was the one that was supposed to play, in this cup competition. But I guess because we're playing Arsenal, so it was a big match. But I would have loved to see Jurgensen on goal because he's one player that I'm very confident that playing from the back and him playing on, using his feet, he's actually much, much better than Robert Sanchez. I'm not taking away what Robert Sanchez has given us so far, the performances, the playing from the back, the assist. I'm not taking that away. I'm going to be real with you. I think mistakes are okay to make, and I think mistakes will be made. So I'm just not gonna be like some of you that if we had a good game, you go hyper. If we had a bad game, you go so much hyper to a point where you don't recognize when we actually played well. You get it? So for me, listen, I'm not happy with the result, but I'm somewhat happy with the performance and the fact that we went down too many times and actually fought for the game. Yeah. Now I just want to give credit to Enzo Fernandez, man. I don't understand people talking about Enzo Fernandez being a bad player. I don't know what Enzo Fernandez will be watching. Now, we can talk about consistency. He's not always consistent. Like, there are some games, it's either he's good or he's bad. But I think overall, you can say 7 out of 10. Like, he's always played well. No, he played well. So today, for me, he was one of the players that I was looking to make something. Esteval, I have to give him his props. Obviously, he's an 18-year-old boy, so there are times where I was like, you could pass the ball, to someone else. But at the same time, I don't mind players when they try to take some shot. I actually don't. I don't. And then I also want to give credit to Garnacho, came off the bench and actually scored the brace. Listen, I don't rate Garnacho, and him scoring 2 goals today is not going to make me rate him overnight. Right? But I think today he actually played well. 2 goals off the bench. Yeah, he played really, really well. I also want to give credit to what's his name? Audrey Santos. I thought he played well too. Listen, we didn't have, like a complete good performance today, but against Arsenal, you would expect us to play the way we played. Because at the end of the day, we were still the underdogs. Even, like I said, on paper, missing our players, having new coach, them being the better team this season. So it was always expected for us to concede some goals and to, I guess, lose the game, we could say. But yeah, man, listen, I'm just gonna finish here and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.